Hey everyone, today I'm going to be reacting to some romantic gesture scenes in movies, and I am so excited for this because I love them and I hate them, and we're just gonna dive in a little bit and enjoy these scenes, but also analyze them a bit because, as we all know, they can be incredibly unrealistic and problematic. They tend to give us mere mortals, human beings that don't live in Hollywood movies, unrealistic expectations of what romance looks like. And that's just the lighter end, because at the more dangerous end, these grand gestures can potentially perpetuate abusive behavior and disguise it as romantic, when it is in fact really unhealthy and potentially abusive. So it's really hit or miss whether you're gonna get entertaining versus, oh dear God, someone please help her, because it's usually her. So just like in the sex scenes in Hollywood movies video, I took to Twitter and asked you to send me your favorite or least favorite romantic gesture scenes in movies. Now, I don't know what is on this list. My assistant went through and compiled a list of all of your suggestions. And once again, we have some great insight from her, which I'll share with you now because I think it's really interesting. And I'm just going to read what she wrote to me in her notes. So Megan says, I noticed that the Twitter consensus seems to be that the best ones are the ones where the person doing it, usually the guy and usually in a male-female couple, knows that it's cringy as hell and is doing it to prove that he has got over himself and is willing to make himself look like a tit for the lady, rather than the ones where the dude is like, look at my gesture and love me, woman person. I think that's a really good observation, and this has come from when people have sent in their faves. They've gone, this is the best kind of romantic gesture, this is the worst kind, and apparently that is the theme. So just before we dive into these, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. I make new videos about sex and relationships every week. Headphones time. Let's do this. So the first one, which apparently people said was a good one, is from Friends with Benefits. Now, I've seen this film once, and I vaguely remember it. It's the big flash mob scene in Grand Central Station or something, and it's cheesy as hell, but from my memory, the reason why this is a good one is that our two lovers, Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake, they have their argument and they split apart because that's what she wants. She's really into romantic gestures and really into big public displays of affection, and he is just the fuck. And so, to prove his love to her, he does what she wants. That is my memory. That might be completely wrong, but let's watch this scene. Is this Grand Central Station? When does the flash mob start? Oh, the music has kicked in. Oh my God. How many licenses would you need to be able to do this? Oh, I love that the mum is involved in this. There he is. That sexy shrug, oops. Oops, I organized a flash mob for you. Oh, the closing time song is an in-joke with them or something. I mean, would you actually want someone to do this for you? There you go. She said she wanted her life to be like a movie. Told you. But this is still unrealistic. No one would ever do this. How expensive do you think it would be to organize a flash mob like this in Grand Central Station? What about all the people who are just at the train station trying to get their train? That's who I'm thinking about. There you go, he's admitting he was wrong. We love that. How many times do you reckon he rehearsed this speech? But is he really making a tit of himself here? I don't think he's making a tit of himself. He's not embarrassing himself.
This makes it so awesome.
Oh, here we go, a conversation. Oh, I like that they're having a real conversation here, and it's not grand gesture, let's make out. It's here's oh, what the fuck?
Will you be my best friend again?
Okay, thank God.
That is so lame.
Oh, I know.
It's considered a good one. We love a good flash mob, but I'm still just that shit ain't gonna fly in real life. That's just never gonna happen. So probably the most requested was 10 Things I Hate About You, when Heath Ledger, I keep on saying the actors' names because I'm so bad at remembering characters' names. Patrick? When Patrick sings on the steps. Are those bleachers? I don't know. Should I do my analysis before or after I watch these clips? Because this one I know so well. I love 10 Things I Hate About You. Oh, there's two scenes from 10 Things I Hate About You that people have suggested. Also, Kat's poem, when she reads the poem in class. oh, it makes me cry every time. And this is something that Treacle Toffee on Twitter said. Good public romantic gestures, the 2 in 10 things I hate about you, because while it's obvious to the person the gesture is for that it's for them, no one else would know. So the embarrassment is solely with the person making the gesture. I love that, and I agree. I think that was one of the things I was going to bring up as well. Like, no one knows, and they're not like actually saying each other's names or like pointing the other person out when they're making their gesture. It feels like a public, private moment. And the thing that I love about both of these gestures is that neither one of them is the grand finale. Neither one of them is the thing that the other person does to win them back or win them over. Like, the song happens like mid-movie, maybe even near the beginning, and the poem scene is near the end, but she's not trying to win him back with her poem. She's just expressing herself because she's so hurt. And then the actual romantic gesture that gets them back together at the end is a private moment that no one sees. I think the thing about this as well, she's being vulnerable in this moment, and you can only really have true connection with another person through vulnerability, which is really scary. I think the vulnerability thing is like a really important thing to kind of hone in on, and maybe we'll see a bit of a pattern in some of the scenes which are bad, which are just like really gross or potentially like abusive, like red flag behavior. And let's see if there's any signs of true vulnerability in them. Oh, here we go. So good. So there are 2 scenes from Love Actually that people said are just the worst. And I feel like I know which ones they are. Is it the notes thing and the airport? Oh, which one do we watch first? See, I love Love Actually, but I know how bad it is, just in terms of expectations and everything. The card thing is just such bad form. It's your best friend's wife. Do not declare your love for her. You just need to like silently get over that and move on and not be such a dick to her. That's my 2 cents. And then the running through the airport thing, was this film pre 9/11? Because that just would not fly. 10-year-old white boy getting away with shit. Let's watch the cards one.
It's carol singers.
This has just been parodied so many times. Also, wasn't Keira Knightley like 18 or something in this movie? And she's meant to be like a wife. I don't understand what this moment is. And then she like runs after him and kisses him. I don't get it. That's what this scene makes me feel, just like, why? And at Christmas you tell the truth. That is not a tradition. Who said that? To me, you are perfect. No, we don't like that. He's clearly like idolizing her. He doesn't know her, not on any intimate or vulnerable level like her husband does, because no one is perfect. And his wasted heart will not love her forever. Like, you can get over it. People have gotten over worse heartbreak. Wow, I'm really annoyed by this. And it's like she's moved by it. You'd be like, oh shit. And then you'd go tell your husband. Be like, your friend. Also, but this muse that they live in is just like very cute, and we love the pink house. And then she kissed, like, what? Like, that's a proper kiss on the lips. What? What? That's your husband's best man at your wedding. Oh, no. Yes, enough. It should have been enough, like, at the beginning of the fucking movie. Nope. Nope. Our little Sam running through the airport. Oh, he's so tiny and cute. Little Jojen Reed. I said would not fly if he was brown. When did Love Actually come out? 2003. Oh, wow. Okay, so it was post 9/11. And they still have someone just like completely destroying airport security. Just like, haha, I can beat this. I'm a 10-year-old. For love. For love. Ugh. I can't believe how shit the airport security is. Like, he's 10. He's got much tinier legs than these grown-ass adults who've been trained for this. How does he know what gate it is? There's so many different, like, romantic gesture scenes in Love Actually. I mean, we could talk about the Portuguese situation, but I don't actually think that I will be able to hold my cool for that one. I think actually that one might be my least favourite, just in terms of like the realism of it. Joanna. Oh wait, here it is. These two things happen at the same time. I can't. But the thing that I love about these, and the thing that I always come back to, is the music. Like, whoever wrote the music for Love Actually and like these final scenes, it's just like so epic. You can't like help just being like, yes, do it for love. It's so silly. How have they not caught him yet? He's like stood still multiple times to like stare at her through windows. So ridiculous. And they just like say hello here. It's stupid. Look at those tiny little people. Of course I do. That's like, that's it. That's all you get. That's what a 10-year-old's romantic gesture encounter looks like. Oh wait, no, here we go. She runs back all that way. Like, how does she even get there? Like, her plane has left. Ugh. But they're adorable. How dare they? How dare they? Hope you catch your plane, honey. Jesus Christ. Oh, look at his little face. Wow, I can really like switch from just like, what the fuck, to like, oh, he's tiny little cute little face. Ugh, so stupid. Why are my eyes welling up? It's the goddamn music. Right, okay. We need to cleanse the palate with another bad one. Ugh, okay. This one, I agree. This is bad. Love Simon. I've only seen this once. People have suggested the Ferris wheel scene, which is the one I was thinking of, but then also Martin asking out Abby at a football game. Oh, yes. Oh. Both of these scenes made me incredibly angry. However, the final Ferris wheel scene, because once again, movie magic, when they like just hit that emotional spot with the music, it like triggers something in my eyeballs and I start crying, even though my brain is just going, hang on a second, this is really bad, but my eyes are just like streaming. I believe I read the book after I saw the film, and the book scene is so much less problematic. Basically, if you don't know already, Simon is a gay kid in school and he has like an email relationship with another gay kid in school who is not out. Simon gets like outed against his will, but this other boy, Blue, isn't out. And in the movie, Simon is like, I'm going to be on the Ferris wheel at this time, and you know, you have to come and make yourself known to me. Effectively like that. You know, if you really like me, then, you know, I'll be there waiting, basically. And it's really fucked up because he basically forces this kid out. Like, this kid who is not ready to come out to his peers, maybe to anyone, who knows, and he like forces him out, and out very publicly. I'm just like, no, that is bad. Like, do not do that. Whereas in the book, it's a private moment. We love a good private moment where Simon tells him, Simon's like, I'm going to be at the fair and I'm just going to be wandering around the fair and I'll just be around, and if you want to come up to me at any point and tell me that it's you, that would be great. And he does, and it's this beautiful like private moment. I think it's on the waltzes. Is it on the waltzes? I can't remember. But it's so good because it's like he only has to come out to Simon, and if he wants to, and there's like no pressure there. Whereas in the movie, they had to Hollywoodify it, add the music, add the like public display of affection, add the like, will they, won't they? Oh, I've got pins and needles just thinking about it. Ooh! Oh, fuck's sake, and everyone's just like cheering. Oh, like you would, oh. I have an aversion to like public displays of affection, and you would not want that. Please let me know in the comments though if you would like your first kiss with someone who you really like and there's been so much build up and anticipation. You would like it to be in front of loads of people who all cheer you on. Oh God, I can't handle it. Do we also put ourselves through watching the like asking the girl out at the football game? Because I feel like I remember that being horrible. I think this one, the football game one, is a perfect example of the here is my romantic gesture for you, now you must love me. Oh God, I don't really remember how it goes.
So Abby, without further ado,
I love how awkward everyone feels.
she's too hot for you, ass face.
I do love, though, that she, like, goes over to him. She handles it with grace, I have to say.
I don't feel that way about you.
Oh, it's so painful. It's so painful. I can't. I have a vague memory of actually all of this being Simon's fault.
Okay,
I think this is a lesson in please make your confessions of love private. Just do that. I think it will just be best for everybody. You'll avoid lots of heartache. Oh, When Harry Met Sally. We had When Harry Met Sally's fake orgasm scene in the sex scenes one. And this, I imagine, is Harry's speech, which is a classic. I love it. I probably at one point almost had it memorized. It has been referenced and parodied in almost every other thing. Why is it so good? So part of me thinks that it's really good because you don't get the big like reveal when it hits midnight, because they're having this argument and this conversation during the countdown to midnight at a New Year's Eve party. And again, it's a kind of like a public-private moment, although no one else is paying any attention to them. So they're in public, but it's just the two of them. And I think there's something about the timing of it that like unsettles you a bit as the viewer, because you want to feel that satisfaction of the like when it hits zero, that they like make up and they kiss, but that doesn't happen, and it like leaves you with this sinking feeling because the beats don't hit the way that you would expect in a rom-com. And so I like that for like unsettling the viewer a little bit. And obviously they do get together and like Harry does his speech and everything just feels out of time, which I really like about it. 3, 2, 1. So they're still like mid-argument when everyone's like, way. And now he does his speech. I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible. I think When Harry Met Sally might be my favorite movie ever. Despite the whole like men and women can't be friends because the sex thing always gets in the way, like subplot. Don't agree with that. Okay, so another one that was mentioned a lot is The Notebook. Oh, how I was a Nicholas Sparks fangirl back in the day. I would watch on repeat The Notebook and A Walk to Remember, and I read both of those books as well. Got them from the library as a little tween. I'm not sure if the link here is the kissing in the rain scene or the like, I built you a house. Oh no, or maybe it's him hanging off the Ferris wheel thing, asking her to go on a date with him or he'll like kill himself. Wow, there are so many bad moments in this movie. It's just like red flags from beginning to end, basically. It's the Ferris wheel one. Ugh. If somebody threatens to hurt themselves or kill themselves, if you won't go out with them, run. Run. She's like on a date with somebody else. I'm pretty sure she's like in the Ferris wheel thing with somebody else. Although she can't actually run because she's on a Ferris wheel. So he's trapped her. This is ridiculous. Yeah, keep saying no, Ali. Just say no.
She just told you. Why not?
I don't know, because I don't want to.
It's a great reason. Not wanting to do something is a great reason to not do it.
Oh my god.
She could have just said yes, she'll go out with him, and then just not go out with him. He's got a great grip though. Jesus Christ, this whole thing is bad. And also their entire relationship, like the stuff that you see is them just like arguing and like slapping each other, and it's all very ups and downs, like a roller coaster of emotions. They like have this like passionate love, but I think they also passionately hate each other. It's just a really toxic situation all round. Okay, so 2 scenes have actually been suggested from Sex Education, the Netflix TV show. One from season 1 where Jackson sings on the table. But the reason why he does this is that Maeve tells Otis that she hates public displays of affection, like big public romantic gestures. She hates that stuff. She says she hates it. Jackson wants to go out with Maeve. Jackson asks Otis for advice on how to get with Maeve. Otis loves Maeve and so tells Jackson, do a big gesture. Like show her in front of the whole school how much you like her and want to go out with her, thinking that this will backfire and Maeve will not like it. Spoiler alert, Maeve loved it. So what this proves to us is that we shouldn't believe what women say, because we're always lying, and actually we don't know what we really want. Wow. So let's watch this one first, and then we'll dive into the second one, which might actually make me even angrier. I hate that this works. I hate that it works. He's not even talking to her, he's talking about her. I hate it. See, this one also doesn't feel very like making a tit out of himself, in the same way that the one from 10 Things I Hate About You with Heath Ledger's singing, because Heath Ledger's singing, it wasn't about her, but it was, but no one knew, whereas this, he made like a big speech about Maeve, and he's like expecting her right now to do something about it. The thing that really pisses me off about these grand gestures is that it puts pressure on the other person to like act and make a decision in that moment when they might not be ready to make the decision, and they feel an added pressure to say yes and be nice because they don't want the other person to be embarrassed. They also don't want to be embarrassed themselves. That's why I kind of like the one in Love, Simon when Abby like goes up to him and like says no, but like with compassion, like she's actually really nice about it. But I wish we saw more like romantic gestures where the person gets rejected but in a nice way, and then hopefully we all learn our lesson to not do that. So the other one is from season 2 when Adam gets on stage during a performance to hold Eric's hand as a gesture that he doesn't mind being seen in public with him and doesn't mind other people knowing that he's into dudes. And at this point, Eric like has a boyfriend, has a very lovely, hot French boyfriend who is very happy and comfortable to be seen with him in public and isn't ashamed of being with him. And also let's remember that Adam used to bully Eric. So there's that whole thing. But apparently, as Eric's mum says, he doesn't have that like spark in his eye, whatever it is, when he talks about his French boyfriend. And apparently that's all what it's about. And it's similar to the Noah and Ali thing, where it's like, okay, yeah, he ignites this like fire in her, but also this fire of rage. I hate it so much, this stupid grand gesture of like inconveniencing everyone. It really bums me out that the 2 gestures that we've watched that involve 2 men are both like bad ones, and like we need some good ones, please. There is a way for Adam to show to Eric that he's not ashamed of who he is, that he's not ashamed of having feelings for Eric. There's a way for him to show that, but without inconveniencing everyone and ruining Lily's amazing production of Romeo and Juliet, or like publicly breaking French boyfriend's heart, forcing Eric on the spot to forgive him for all of his poor behaviour previously. What a note to end it on. We've had some laughs, we've had some cries, we've had some anger, but I think it has been mostly anger. I would love to continue this conversation in the comments. Please let me know your thoughts, like what makes a romantic gesture in a movie a good, healthy one, like one that you will accept and feels wholesome, and one that is just a massive red flag. What do you think are the key ingredients of both? And what do you think about the public-private kind of gesture and vulnerability and embarrassing yourself? And also, I would love to know how many of you would actually want a grand gesture in real life. Like, and that's totally fine if that's something that you want. You know, the movies have taught us to want these kinds of things, but how many of you would just feel like you'd have a complete aversion to it? Or how many of us are Maeve Wiley and say, absolutely not, would hate it, and then when it actually happens, you're like, yes, I love it, this is great. I'd be really interested to know. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!